Portland Works on Randall Street is one of Sheffield's last surviving 19th century cutlery factories.
This building dates back to 1879. It's a very rare intact example of an integrated cutlery works. It's famous as the home of the first ever stainless steel cutlery. It was developed by Ernest Stewart in collaboration with Harry Brearley. So Sheffield is basically the first place in the world that made stainless steel products, and it all happened here in this building.
We've been restoring the building. It was neglected for decades, and the community got together and rescued it from being turned into flats. It was due to be sold off. People come in because they love the building and help restore it. That helps keep our costs down, and it means everything's done very painstakingly and carefully and with lots of love and care.
It's special because it's a volunteer-led project. It's special because it's providing low-cost rent for business startups and small business. It's special in the eyes of the conservation world. It's a Grade 2 star listed building. So we are the guardians of a really important historic asset here in Sheffield.
This Saturday, the Works open its studios for the public to explore and meet the artists keeping its heritage alive.
I start off, when I start to make a figurine or a vessel, I usually look at figurines, sculptures, vessels from Neolithic times. So I look right back to thousands of years ago, and I take drawings, do drawings, I look at lots of images, I've got lots of books, so I pull lots of inspiration from the past, and that's kind of where I start from. So I feel like the things that I make are quite simple, but in a way I find them really kind of complex and creative at the same time. And it kind of shows how people in those days thought a bit and built things. So I find that quite an interesting starting point. And I look at all different cultures. So African, Japanese, Romanian is really interesting. And people love to look inside Portland Works. A lot of people haven't been here before. It's kind of an extension of me. This space is, it's a big extension of me. People have their homes and they have their work life. Well, I have my home and I have here.
I take the wood right from being like a square billet of wood and through to carving it all by hand into being a violin. Formed around this structure. So this is called a mould, and that eventually gets removed. So it forms a basis for being able to steam bend the ribs around. And then the back and the front are made from slightly different woods. We've got spruce for the front, and this all comes from a courtesan piece that's joined together. So it's got a centre join there, and you shape the outside first, and then you turn it over and you hollow it out. And then once all of those are hollowed out and they're ready to go, it all gets stuck together. And then you make the neck block, and then that gets fitted a bit like a dovetail joint at a specific angle. And people don't realise that the instruments that are kind of made in factories are actually being made by people in really horrible industrial settings like abroad. They're sort of not a very ethical way of buying an instrument. And so bringing it back into the hands of small craftspeople, which is the way the tradition started, that helps keep everything in the local economy. You can have a relationship with the musicians. So when I sell an instrument to a musician, it's not just sort of sold and then I never see them again. You sort of develop an ongoing relationship for the life of that.
Abigail Johnson, That's TV.